Hi, this is Danny Doyle, and I'm joined once again by Jacob, and I welcome you to my Fire Emblem 9 0% Growths playthrough. Quick note before we get started, I am still recovering from a concussion, so if my experience recording something with Modi earlier today is anything to say, Jacob's going to be carrying a lot of the commentary because I'm going to get distracted in thought, or rather lack of thought. But that's okay because we're getting a couple of new units, and Jacob's favorite thing is unit analysis, and one of his favorite units is joining this chapter. Yeah, we get Rolf again.
Oh, right. Oh, we have to start building the support with Tyronio. That's right. Where is he? I don't see him.
Well, no, he shows up. We get him.
I like how Gamble is still on Kieran.
It's not like he has any other skills. I'm genuinely considering benching Kieran for Leth. Because she has better stats. She just doesn't have Kanto or bows, and like there's wyverns.
How quickly is she gonna untransform if she sees a bunch of combat though?
Well, we only have 15 turns.
Oh, that's
and
right,
like I'm going for a fast clear with Tanith. She has the. I'm pretty sure Tanith has the
She has the boots.
Well, no, she's the full guard is what I was thinking of.
Oh, okay.
Because the ballistas are there to sort of discourage you. Fire Emblem does this a lot, where like they put an archer or a bunch of ballistas or something that'll like deal effective damage to a flyer to discourage you from doing a skip with a flyer. But they do it in chapters after you already have the full guard or IOT shield or whatever, and it's like, well, what was the point then?
I guess it limits you to only one flyer. For example, it'd be a lot harder to send both Tanith and Marcia. Jill and Har would be fine, but
I think I am gonna try. I'm gonna try with Leth this time, and if that doesn't work out, then I will switch to either Titania or Kieran.
I'm guessing Har is gonna go for the Savior Village, or just gonna pass the Savior.
I mean, Har is also just one of my better statted units. But I do want to get the Savior Village. I don't care about this village. It has Nihil in it. Which I can't see any use for in this playthrough, or honestly, really a vanilla playthrough either. What's your weight of 15? Okay, so you can shove Tyronio. Cool.
Sweet. The only thing I find myself ever using Nihil for is if I really want to kill the Black Knight, I'll do Wrath Nihil on Ite, just so I don't have to deal with Luna shenanigans.
Oh, that's a good point. Maybe I should try to kill the Black Knight.
I really do think that's the only reason that Nihil scroll is there.
I mean, the next chapter is Moment of Fate, which is when you get the Black Knight. Or, not when you get the Black Knight, fuck. Concussion time. Which is when you fight the Black Knight.
I mean, because I remember when you fight the Black Knight while you rock.
Let's turn on ballista ranges so that we don't accidentally fly Har into a death zone.
One of the best quality of life ever.
Do we go for the aim assist? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I think he hits. Oh no, no damage.
Fucking Har, so good. He doubled too. Like, that's not supposed to happen. Har doesn't double.
Weren't we talking about in his review that he doesn't double things?
And that he gets doubled.
Well, that aged well.
It's fine.
Hey, you should just keep Ike in the bottom right of the map.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm gonna get some reinforcements down there. That's where Rolf shows up.
Oh, right. We need to talk to him with Ike. Oh, you didn't field Oscar. How are you supposed to build their supports?
I still haven't even named a weapon after Oscar, have I? Maybe I have. I don't remember.
Oh, maybe you named a Lance Oscar. I don't remember.
I should have named a bow Oscar in memory of the triangle attack.
That was so long ago. Look how far we've come, and we're still fielding Titanium. Oh, 1 damage shy.
I know. I could,
Reinforce
what
potentially?
I'll do is reinforce, yeah.
Could you use the reinforcements just as ballista fodder?
I also don't especially want to dance this turn, because I'm trying to just, like... I don't want to stick people... I want people to attack Tyronia and Tanith, basically. So like I'm just gonna fly racing here because he's protected from the Cavs by this like line of units. Same with Riss, who
So are you saying you're
like
going
I'm
to
just moving
form up
Sapphirs.
around? So you're going to form up and surround all the frail units?
Oh, you know what I forgot? This fucking Wyvern
Oh,
exists.
that didn't take long.
Concussion brain.
I mean, I didn't know. Well, before you place, the Ike gets wrecked, I guess.
I mean, Ike almost certainly gets wrecked.
I was curious if you could put Tormod in front of Ike and then possibly Khalil.
I think what I go for is I go for the bolting and then hope that Ike deal. God fucking damn it!
Oh God!
I forgot about those wyverns. I was planning around them too when I was planning this map.
How they're all gonna go for the flyers, I guess. Yeah, I have a feeling that Wyvern's gonna wreck. I don't know. Wyvern enemies tend to not be too terribly fast. If he doesn't get doubled, maybe, possibly, perhaps.
I mean, my hope was that Ike would deal 10 damage to the wyvern with his regal sword.
Does Ike have 10 attack with his regal sword?
I mean, almost certainly.
A map that's on a turn limit where green units are defending somewhere you need to reach in order to defend it. Sounds like a certain FA7 map, doesn't it? Except this one's good.
We don't talk about that game. That game is terrible.
No, I really do like this map. I think this is a really cool idea for him, mostly because the green units are.
Does
actually
Tormod get
competent.
Shrek'd? Tormod gets fucking one shot.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so we'll be right back. And this time we'll keep in mind that wyverns can kill things.
Oh, let's. Oh, never mind. He's attacking R. I was hoping he's attacking. Nice game, by the way.
Yeah, very good cancel. All right, we'll be right back. All right, I think what we do is this formation instead. It's basically the same moves I did on turn 1, except for I didn't let I didn't put Raisin in wyvern range. Oh, and this guy doesn't one-shot the Holy Guard. Oh, and I equipped the Sonic Sword on Tanith just to take care of these wyverns on enemy phase.
Oh, good idea.
Nice, crit.
Ow. Breaking news, Tanith is still good.
Oh, Tanith is easily the best unit in my army. Like, even better than Bullfighter
sure.
memes.
Even better than Har, just because of her high speed, even though Har is doubling thing.
I'm disappointed those fighters didn't attack Tyronio because last time, after we stopped recording, Tyronio got S swords, so I could have given him the Vague Kadi.
See how she does.
Dodge Queen. Hell yeah.
Doubles.
Well, she's a cat.
That joins in, like, the early chapters.
Yeah, but they're supposed to be fast, and like wyverns aren't known for being fast. See also Har.
Because Har has never doubled anything run. The top village is the savior village.
Yeah, the top village is the savior village, which is convenient because it's also the easiest one to get if you want to avoid fighting the boss.
Oh yeah, the really tricky boss with the parity skill. Maybe he'll get S swords off of this?
No, I think he needs to break his steel sword. Like, he needs to get enough attacks in that he breaks his
that's
steel sword.
true.
And he'll be one short since that one fighter didn't attack him.
I can't wait to see Tyrono get into resolve range with all these 0 damage enemies attacking him.
Listen,
I'm sure
it'll
once we get
happen
into-
eventually. It'll be a big part of Clash, I imagine.
Oh, that's what I was about to say. When we get into Siege Tome Hell with Clash, I'm sure we'll see Resolve Tyronio.
Not just that, but boulders don't care about your defense.
Oh, that's true. Look at these green go.
I do like how there's a Valkyrie in the green units, like the only Valkyrie in the game other than Mist. It's really weird to me.
That's true. There's no other mounted healers, like on the enemy side.
Yeah, there's no red mounted healers, and she's the only green one. And then like Mist exists. But yeah, it's strange to me.
Hey, this green unit has a name.
Oh, I'm sure that's a translation error.
Oh, okay.
Longbow strats.
Longbow strats. I wish we could use longbows, right?
I mean, we're getting a bow unit. Speaking of getting units, let's talk about some new units we got. I'll let you go first because I have to eat my fucking my sandwich, my not quite a chicken sandwich, my vegetarian chicken sandwich. So I'll mute my mic and I'll let you ramble on about Bastion.
So in comes the Sage guy, who he has pretty high res. He takes magic pretty well. Just like Khalil, he does not come with any staves. Most likely as a balancing, so you don't get a free high rank staffer this late in the game. As far as his performance goes, I've used him a little bit. He can do some interesting things with, I believe he has a wind, so I think he can use the tornado at base.
You get a free stiletto user out of it though, so like that's better than a free high rank staff user.
Oh yeah, for sure. He can do effective damage to armors now. Let me get like his other stats looked up. I think he has corrosion as a personal skill, which is like, eh. All it does is take up capacity. And I think at his current level, he only takes off like 5 or 6 weapon uses.
Yeah, and the other thing about corrosion is it only works, like, one thing that I've heard people toss around is like, well, you could put him in range of a siege tome and break a siege tome because it's only got 5 capacity. Corrosion only works when you attack someone and deal damage. So if you're attacking someone with a siege tome, you're probably killing them because they tend to be doubled because they're like weighed down and they're mages, so they're frail. So at that point, it's like relying on corrosion to break siege tomes is just really bad.
Otherwise, like, he has really good rank. What rank are the siege tomes? Are they C or B rank in this game?
I think they're all C rank because Tormod can use meteor and bolting now.
I say the biggest thing is what's bolting. Bolting C rank.
Yeah, they're all C rank, but Khalil has better ranks than him overall. Although he can use tornado, I guess.
Yeah, he can use tornado, which can tear up some wyvern riders if you really need him to. He can take down some of those, or he can even use blizzard on some flyers if you need him to. Altogether, I'd say he's decent, mostly because he's free. Like, you didn't have to put a drop of investment into this guy to get him. So I think for a free late joining pre-promote, I think he's fine enough. He's not going to carry your run or anything. 16 speed means he's probably not going to double too terribly much at this point in the game. I mean, that's enemies with 12 speed or less. So maybe the slower enemies like fighters, he might be able to double.
I think it's like, obviously, like, it's a pitfall to compare class to class, but I do think it's worth noting that Khalil outclasses him in most relevant areas. Her magic is actually tied with his. I gave her both of the spirit dusts, which is why she has 4 more. Like, him having more defense is kind of nice, except for, like, you shouldn't be getting attacked with your mages anyway.
Yeah, it might let him survive a hit on the front lines if you need him to.
He's a better knife user than her, because he has more strength.
He can cut through enemies' defense easier. And I do agree, like, class by class, you don't have to do it, but I do think it offers a bit of insight, especially if you're familiar with a certain unit in a class.
And if they're going to fill the same role in your army.
Yeah.
Like, mages in particular, it's like they're filling similar roles no matter what. Whereas, like, I mean, it's less like, oh, Tyronio, let's compare him to all the armors, because his role is to be a physical combat unit who can stand up to punishment. So, like, in this playthrough, comparing him to Stefan, like, he's going to stand up to punishment much better than Stefan can, would be relevant. But, like, comparing him to Khalil isn't, because her job isn't, like, her job is to attack people and not get attacked back. But since they fill the same role, like, the class to class isn't as... It's relevant to compare him to other people, but it's also relevant to compare him to her.
Because in a way, we're kind of comparing him to, he's going to be fighting for a mage deployment slot. Like, we're going to want 2 or 3 mages for the high defense enemies.
And
so
Tormod's probably going to be one of them because of celerity and staff
Yeah.
utility. But yeah, that's Bastion. We have another new unit.
Very funny.
Lucia is bad. Here's my Fire Emblem hot take. Lucia is the worst unit in Path of Radiance. Jacob is broken. Jacob loves Lucia.
I will admit Lucia is bad in this game. I will say that she probably is one of the worst units in the game. I think the only thing Rolf has on her is joining time, is that he can technically contribute in all the chapters she can't.
Well,
So
and
that-
bows. I think being bow locked is better than being sword locked. Like, unless you have really good combat. Like, yes, it's an enemy phase game, but it's an enemy phase game where, like, you want 1-2 range. So both swords and bows are lacking that. You could, at this stage in the game, you can't assume that a group of enemies doesn't have 1-2 range. So there's nowhere to throw her. Whereas, like, at the point where Rolf joins, you can have him contribute on player phase.
That is true. Again, I will say that Rolf, if I were like tiering units on a tier list, I might put Rolf above her just for his joining time, and then he can contribute in the early game.
Yeah, I value availability.
Oh yeah, so do I.
A lot.
So, with that being said, let's talk about Lucia.
Yeah.
15 strength, 10 defense. The only thing I can really think of with this girl is, like, she has ace swords, right? So she can use just about every sword in the game. I guess that includes the Sonic Sword and the Rune Sword later. Maybe you can do funny ha-has
She
with
can't use this one.
Rune Sword. No,
She can't use this
Big
one.
Daddy.
But you know who can? Give me a second.
Not Taronio.
He's about to. He's fucking about to.
He kills one of those calves.
We'll get back to the Lucia discussion. I just want to show off why Tyronio's better.
There you go. Oh no, Rip Steel Sword.
Tyronio can use the Vague Caddy.
Sword.
Fucking take that, atheists.
If that's the only reason Taronio is better than Lucia, then I think you have way different opinions of why Lucia is the worst unit in the game. Yeah, there's not really much to say about Lucia other than she just joins late game. Whereas I think Bastion is an okay late game filler. Lucia is you have to be really scraping for units if you want Lucia. Her skill that she joins with doesn't even help her out at all. It's in all combats, it removes all support, terrain, and skill bonuses, which basically means you're just removing any supports you give her.
Yeah, the only thing that she can benefit, like the only way that parity can benefit you is if you're fighting a boss on a throne. And there's not that many of them left. There's Bertram, and there's Wizard Boars, and there's whoever the boss of Moment of Truth is. And those are the only 3 who are on thrones. Well, gates in a couple of the cases.
Yeah, otherwise, like, you don't really need her to negate terrain penalties because she uses swords, so she's naturally going to have some of the highest accuracy out of anyone else. She has high skill and a lot of accuracy. And really, removing her supports would be terrible. Doesn't she have Earth Affinity? I'm pretty sure she has the Earth Affinity. That's an affinity you really don't want to be depriving yourself of. I guess if you support her up with another Earth Affinity person, you can boost her Avoid to be super high and she just never dies. Who all does she support?
I know she supports Bastion. I think she supports one of the Lagoos, maybe Ranulf. And I know she supports, or maybe it's a Hawk. I know she supports Elincia.
She supports Bastion, Janaf, and Ileana.
She doesn't support Elincia?
She might bond support Elincia, because I know there's a couple bond supports in this game.
That makes sense.
She might bond support Elincia, because I know Elincia's only two are Jeffrey and Ike, I believe.
Look at that.
So
Pathetic.
look at this. Like, she doesn't one round with a silver sword. You'd have to forge her a silver sword to do any real damage. Now, I have a bit of a favoritism attachment to Lucia because of Radiant Dawn. Capped out like every single stat and killed thing in the final chapters. And it was a power trip. But those are our two units, the only two units that will be playable that are in this chapter. There's no other units on this map right now that'll join our army at some point. No really good units that
Nope.
I'm really looking forward to talking about.
Nope, definitely not.
Because he's also one of my favorite units in the series, and probably my second or third favorite unit in this game.
Hellfire.
Yes, that is an Hellfire Tome. Oh, you're using Thunder against Dragon. Okay.
Ah, wrong game. Wrong game. No, I should have loaded them up with like at least a Wind Tome or something. I don't even think Bastion has one. I didn't think of that.
I think he comes with an Elwyn. He has an Elwyn and a Stiletto in his story. Oh,
Okay,
Lucia does come with a second Laguz guard, though. I don't know if you'll have too terribly much use for that.
I mean, I'll at the very least have use for it on Twisted Tower.
Yes. Maybe even the Stranger Lands or whatever that... I prefer to just call it Eat Rock. On that chapter, you might get some use out of that. There's a couple enemy Laguz there.
Yeah, there's some tigers and cats on the left-hand side that I know usually kill Largo, like, immediately.
Oh, yeah. Largo's totally the guy we're talking about in the next map, right?
I mean, I've noticed a theme, is we're talking about 2 units per map. On Mecha's Bridge, we had,
Renolf and Har.
On Mecha's Bridge, we had Renolf and Har join us. Let's,
Without a King, we had Tyronio and Bullfighter. She still doesn't one-round him.
Well, like, let's see how this does. Okay, so they can combine on that guy. They can, like, Bastion will get this kill, and then Lucia and Tyronio can combine on the Axe guy. Or not Lucia and Tyronio, Lucia and Tormod can combine on the Axe guy.
So you already hastily spent Tyronio's turn to make a point.
Well, I mean, killing the Cav was also useful, though.
Miss. Okay.
Killing the Cav was very useful because I want to keep this, like, I want to keep this little corner safe. I know reinforcements show up, and I know the Black Knight shows up in like, the left-hand portion of this back area. Like, he shows up around here, but my hope is that the map will be over by the time that happens.
Spoilers. Now, Lucia does have one thing that Bastion does not.
What's
and
that?
It's that she's gorgeous.
Say what you will. Speak for yourself. Like, Bastion's fucking gorgeous. Oh, one short. That's just sort of the theme that we're going with, being one short.
You can roar him.
Oh, this guy is 32.
You can roar the Black Knight.
No, it doesn't work on bosses.
Oh.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
But there's a different boss on this map. He's not the boss of this map. You should leave Renolf behind and try it.
I should not do that. Just shove first backwards, yeah.
There's still a cav up there, by the way.
Yeah, I know. There we go. There we go.
Notice the theme of, oh shoot, build a wall out of our units.
Oh, right, I forgot this guy.
I think we've been here before. Does Ike double? I know that's a really stupid question, but... Ooh, Sonic Sword run out of uses.
I'm gonna Hammer'n it. I'm almost certainly going to Hammer'n it.
I think I saw we have 2 Hammern uses. What did we Hammern first?
We hammered the Meteor Tome because I forgot that Tormod could use bolting.
Oh, that's true. I don't think that's that bad actually. I think we'll get some mileage out of it. I think if you go on the right side, you'll be able to hit the village quicker.
Yeah, I'm thinking about like potentially like just having her rush ahead and getting the village with Har.
Oh, that's true. You could just run ahead. You could kill the ballista guy next turn, so Har doesn't have to worry about the effective damage.
Yeah, I'll wait here. My head hurts from all this thinking. No, go for the Cavalier, you stupid yellow units. The one that I made a wall around.
No, we want to attack these guys. Okay, they're going to attack that one.
Yeah, but she doesn't kill him unless she doubles, which she probably does actually.
Hey,
Yeah, there we go.
good job.
Good Holy Guard. I do want to keep Lucia and Bastion alive because that's how you get the Amity. You need to have Lucia, Bastion, and an unnamed green unit alive. It's really weird. Like, for some reason, that green paladin contributes to getting the Amity. Oh no!
Oh no! Ooh.
Wow. Jesus
Taking a
Christ.
ballista like a champ.
Don't get doubled.
Ooh.
Don't get doubled. Don't get doubled. Don't get doubled. Fucking
Whoa.
goddamn.
How does he not get doubled? That guy must be slow.
Ike good.
Ike is the best unit in the game because he can solo it. Oh no, Holy Guard!
No. Solo gets beaten by Khalil. Did you see any of Kurosawa's
Ooh, wow.
Titania solo?
Yes, I did. I saw snippets of it while I was playing something.
It was so good. I got to watch how he did Clash, and that was really fun.
I mostly tuned in for a lot of the early and mid-game.
I was most
Oh,
interested
no.
in how he was going to tackle Clash, and he made use of Shade. Like, he put Shade on Alencia, and, like, just ran
Oh.
around. It was really cool.
I like to imagine you put like Savior Shade on Alencia.
No, Savior was on Titania, because that's a Seas map, so you have to carry Ike.
That's true.
For the people listening in, one of our friends did a solo of this game with Titania a couple of days ago. It was very fun to watch. And then he posted the results, and it was like, Gifka got 0 kills and ended up as in fifth place because he was last in the fucking deployment order, and then Ike got like 2 kills.
Because in the final map, because he had to kill.
Yeah,
Ashnard.
he had to kill Ashnard, and he killed some people like while killing Ashnard just because he was like out. Okay, so the next problem we're running into is Tanith needs a heal.
You're right. Is Riss very? Oh, there's Ballista, so you can't send Riss upwards.
Well, and my physic range isn't gonna be enough anyway.
Your physic range is garbage.
I forgot to put an elixir on her as well. I put a vulnerary, but I don't think that's going to be enough.
You could give her a lance for weapon triangle and put her somewhere where not a lot of enemies can attack her. Maybe some of the enemies will be tempted to go for Har.
I think what I want to do is give Har the full guard, but I need to... This is...
If you're planning on keeping Har up there, you can trade it to Har, then...
The problem is that I have to give it to him... Like, I can't... Because I was going to be like, oh, I can trade it to him here, but it doesn't auto-equip. Which is a very annoying thing that Path of Radiance does. Probably, like, exclusively for the...
For the Night Ward.
Yeah.
And like that. Yeah, it is a little frustrating that it doesn't function like weapon, where the top one goes to your equip. There we go, remember to equip it.
There we go. Hey, nice.
Ooh, nice crit. Who needs to double when you can just kill?
Right? So now we physic with Tormod in order to keep him. Oh fuck! I didn't give him a physic. We physic with Riss.
So I know there are some points, I don't know if it happens on this map, I kind of remember it happening, where the screen can't pan fast enough to keep up with like reinforcements appearing. I don't know if you've seen that happen very much, where the camera will kind of pan to one or two places, and then suddenly there will be reinforcements in places the camera never went to.
I think that happens in the swamp map.
Maybe it does. I remember it happening in Path of Radiance once or twice, and I was like, oh, hey, where'd you guys come from?
Yeah, like the Oliver Swamp map.
I want to say there's some Wyvern reinforcements at some point. Those are kind of scary. But I don't remember
yeah,
what
the
turn
Wyverns
they
show up on
are.
I think the bottom left or maybe the bottom right.
I thought they were more like the bottom middle.
I can't shove Leth. Yeah, I can't shove
And
Leth.
Should have
And
given the boots
I
to Coronio.
can shove Tyronio though. Boop.
Let's go Tyronio. Doesn't double.
I would really like him not to break the spear this enemy phase.
Yeah, that spear is going to be really useful. I should probably move Ike over to the right. And shove Riss.
No, not shove Riss. No shove Riss. We'll go here.
Doesn't the boss start moving eventually?
Yeah, because he's like trying to attack. I guess we didn't really explain. The army is
How the
trying
map
to
works.
capture this point. If we can get there before it gets captured by a red unit, then we win. But if it gets I believe if it gets captured by a red unit,
Yes. It's like
or if
Chapter
we
9
exceed the time limit. Also,
okay.
we don't want this guy to die.
Yes, we kind of want that guy to live. This chapter kind of reminds me of Chapter 9 of FE5, where you have Selfina's gang guarding the house, and there's the guys approaching from the bottom of the map.
Oh, you're approaching me.
Oh ho! Come as close as you need. Enemy Berserker?
Yeah, and he has a killer axe. My favorite combination.
What is this? Binding Blade?
I mean, there was already a berserker with a killing axe in chapter, I want to say 16?
The Fog of War map with Makalov.
Yeah. But yeah, that was it's called training. It's 14, not 16. 16's Oliver's Manor. I would have known that if I weren't concussed. But
I don't
yeah.
know these chapter numbers or titles well enough myself. To me, they're the Makalov chapter, the Tormod chapter, the Desert chapter.
Yeah, I played this game way too much as a kid. Well,
Same,
no,
same.
I don't think there's such thing as way too much. It was my first Fire Emblem. I played it a bunch. I only beat it like twice as a kid, but I've beat it a lot more since then, like as an adult. I want to Iron Man it sometime, because I lost my Iron Man in Dane, of all places. The one time I tried to Iron Man it. It was also my first time playing on hard, so like, there's that. Whereas now it's just like, if you don't play on hard, like, it's just not fun anymore because it's too easy. But you know what is fun anymore? What is fun anymore is liking, commenting, and subscribing to this video.
That is.
It is. So we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.